Hey guys, how y'all doing today? I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that you guys are having a great day. It's been a pretty decent looking day outside so far today, but for me, it's kind of a down day, a bit of a painful day, but I'm trying my best not to let that get to me. So, being that my legs are really kind of too weak, too sore, whatever, to go out and do another trailing session or kind of go around town, about town, just filming whatever, vlogging. I decided I'm going to I'm going to finish the edit on the trailing video from the first trailing day. That shouldn't actually take too long to do. It's with the Activion, and it plays back pretty smooth through the editing software that I use. Whereas the iPhone, the high def footage, this is high def too, but I mean, it seems that there's a lot more information when it comes from the iPhone footage. That glitches and it takes a lot longer to go through and hammer out a decent trailing video. So, like I said, that's not going to take me very long. What else is on the plan for today? Well, as I say before, check this out. I've been planning some work for Megas, trying to get this thing up and going and just being a real road rocket. But it seems the battery that I'm using, and I know you probably heard me say this before, but I'm going to say it again, the battery that I'm using just isn't cutting it. It doesn't have the amperage discharge capability that I need to support that 120 amp speed controller and this honking 540L can. It is a larger motor than most 10 scale motors. Like, it's long, it's really long. It's designed to compete. If you go on Speed Passion and you look up the Blaze 540L 5700 kilovolt motor, they say right on their site that that motor is designed to compete or to compare to 8 scale motors with the 550 size. So that may have to be shelved, that ESCN motor, until I can afford a decent battery to put in it. I'm talking like, I want 100C or better, but I suppose a 60C or better would be better than the 35C battery that I'm currently trying to use. My only other 3S is of that size anyhow, is a 25C, and that's not going to do me any better. The batteries for this are a 3S, but it would probably kill the batteries that run this if I were to even try and put it in that, which isn't going to happen. Don't worry, I didn't put any serious thought to that. I'm just saying that, like, these are not the only 3S I have. I have the 3S for these, but they're smaller. This is one of the smaller 3Ss, and this is the 3S I use to run Megas. It's 4,500 milliamp 35C, and this is a 1320C 3S. So 1300 milliamp 20C continual discharge, amperage discharge. So what the plan might be, Project Red is out for the count right now until I can get new bearings all the way around and figure out what the heck's going on. I got this ton of extra play at the axles, like look at that. And when you got the wheel on there, that translates even further. As a basher, I guess it really doesn't matter too much, but it's not helping it at all. I need new springs on the back as well. And there was something else. Oh, it needs a radio, because I had to use the radio for this, for Clifford. Still dirty. But don't get me wrong, I love Project Red. Project Red has done a lot for me on the trails. A lot of bashing, a lot of jumping, a lot of great entertainment, brought me many a smile. So I'm not abandoning Project Red. It's just shelved until I can get caught up on some other projects, and I'll get caught up on it. But I was thinking, this here is the Connexus 3000 kilovolt. I can't remember the amps. I think it's either a 60 or an 80 amp ESC, but they're a paired combo, and they run really good. They scream out really loud. Ha! The RPMs scream up really high when using these 3S batteries. So, just as an experiment, I'm thinking of putting this ESC and motor into Megas. We'll get into that in a little bit though, and I'm curious. I want to see what it'll do. Fast forwarding a few hours, I haven't done much today. Today is just a no activity kind of vlog. No activity kind of day. The vlog's always gonna be here. You guys know I try my hardest to never miss a day. That's what makes it daily. But Clifford is clean. Bum, bum, bum. Nice and clean. The way... I'd like to say the way it should be, but we all know it's not. The way it should be is caked and covered in mud, squatting because there's so much excess mud weight on there. Some bad news though. I didn't say anything about it in the video yesterday because I was trying not to let anything get to me. Pretty sure it's this one. These Radio Shack servos that Bill sent me. Yeah, it overheated and it doesn't work anymore. I'm going to rip it apart at some point and pull it out. So right now Clifford's only running on one steering servo, and let me tell you, if it was a high torque steering servo, the Summit can drive sufficiently with just one servo. So that gives me ideas for upcoming projects. But for now, I got a message from Craig, and he wants me to go meet him over at Tim Hortons, and then maybe we'll do some evening RCing just for fun. I've got a 2S on a charge. When that's done, I'll throw the other 2S on a charge. And then maybe there'll be a bright spot at the end of this day. You gotta think positive. You gotta try to, you owe it to nobody else but yourself to try and think positive, to help put yourself in that positive mood. Because there ain't too many other people in this world that are gonna do it for you. At least that's what I've learned so far. So I got on the bike and I started riding to go meet Craig, and holy crap, somebody turned down that thing. It's actually chilly today. Yeah, today would have been a great day to be out on the trails, but we already been out there 2 days in a row. I suppose the third day wouldn't have hurt nothing, but it's chilly. Like, I just come out here riding up the Timmies, shorts and a t-shirt, and damn. Then I found a Craig. He was already here waiting for me. Just got to make sure bikes are not going to get lifted while we're in here getting coffee. It happens. It does happen. So we got our Timmies, went to Craig's, talked about important life stuff, some things, you know, like some negative things, some positive things, but things that needed to be talked about, and it's just nice to be able to talk to somebody and get what's stressing you and what's getting to you in life. It's nice to have somebody to talk about that stuff here and there. So yeah, good times were had. Back home now, and realizing I didn't do really much of anything that I thought I wanted to do with Megas today. I did take Clifford for the drive there and back. So there's something serious I do want to touch base on real quick before we end the vlog. So if you've watched this far, big surprise for you. Been doing some serious thinking on the little Leroy project. This is all right now still on paper. The only thing that I have that I think I'm going to put towards it might be Megas's current power supply. To be honest, that would do pretty good unless I can find myself just a specific chassis that I want to build off of. If not, I know of a couple other routes that I want to go, but I don't want to say too much. I can't say too much until we start getting these things, somehow getting these parts and building the project. Now, little Leroy can't fall short in any of the categories because full-size Leroy doesn't fall short in any department. So this may need bigger than an 8-scale motor. It might need a special 8-scale motor. We don't know. If I build off of an X01 chassis, which so far kind of fits the dimensions of the Corvette chassis that we need to kind of design based upon, I have to come up with my own 8-scale, roughly 8-scale, or 7th scale, is that what the X01 is? Corvette chassis, not the chassis itself, sorry, the interior, the windshield, the dash, the firewall, everything to make Leroy, little Leroy, match full-size Leroy. I did mention this before, and I've mentioned it a few times in Cletus's comments. Cletus McFarland, if you know who he is and you watch him, you know that little Leroy has a lot to match up to when it comes to full-size Leroy. Cletus has built one hell of a machine, and we need a scale version of that hell of a machine. We can do it. I know there's 3D printing guys in the area, and there's several guys online that can probably really easily print me the extra things that I'm going to need, like that Savage crazy motor with those great big twin turb skis sticking up top. Exactly the scale and spec of what Leroy's got. So, stay tuned. We're trying our hardest. If you happen to have or know of a spare XO1 chassis laying around that we can begin to do this build off of, let me know. I already know how I'm going to do the cage, but shh, that's secret. And the interior, most of the interior, I kind of gave you a hint about, but it's seeing it go together is what I need to start happening. I need to get on that project. I want to get this done soon. Get it out of the theory, get it down in practicality. Back to the vlog. Didn't switch the power supply, the speed controller and motor in Megas. I wanted to swap that, well, not swap it, but put the 3000 kilovolt setup in and just run that for now. I really won't be able to go out and get the battery that I want to get at the end of the month as badly as I want to get it. I don't think I can. It's something that would either need to be ordered, like special order, or wait till I'm gonna have more money to do so. I just probably won't have the extra at the end of the month, unfortunately. So I'm gonna put in a setup that I'm gonna try and work with that setup for now. The 3000 kilovolt setup, my 35C battery. We'll do a little bit better with that. It won't be as hard on the battery as per se the 120 amp speed controller and that great big honkin' 540 speed passion blaze motor. It's 5700 kilovolts, so I'll be going at the other end of the scale as far as kilovolt, 5700 RPM per volt as compared to 3000 RPM per volt. It's all about seeing what happens, and I'm sure we're going to see what happens. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it if you've watched this far to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, give her a thumbs up. Don't forget to share if you've enjoyed it, or if there's other videos that you really enjoyed on the channel, give them a share. You never know who else might enjoy them. Thanks again. Think positive. Stay positive. Keep a smile on your face. We'll see you here tomorrow. Good night. Vlog over.